People ask me, why do you go so hard at the black community? Why do you make so many videos trying to point out things about the black communities? It's because if white folks and other cultures made videos about us, the first thing a lot of people would say is they would claim racism. And the reason why I do it is because I've been to the lowest points that anybody can go. I'm sure there's people who have it worse, and there will always be somebody who has it worse than you. But at one point in my life, I was going through a divorce. I had a DUI. I was losing two homes. I was losing a multifamily and I was losing a single family that we were living in. And I possibly was losing my job because my job doesn't tolerate, you getting in trouble outside of work and stuff like that. They don't tolerate that stuff at work. And I was living back home in my mom's house, and I never forget, I was taking a look in the mirror. And I'm gonna come out and tell you, like I was crying. I was crying like a little boy because I was losing everything. And I never forget, I asked my dad, I was like, yo, Dad, I called my dad, he got me the job, and he was like, well, son, you got yourself in this situation. The only thing I can do is try to help you out. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. That's why I say that to you guys. And he said, you need to humble yourself. For too long, you were cocky. You had everything. You never thanked God on your way up. But now you begging for him on your way down. So many people pray to him. And so many people, now if you're not religious, I get it. It is what it is. But he was like, so many people ask God to help them and save them when they're falling. But they never thank him and give him thanks while they're going up. And he was like, you didn't humble yourself. So now he's humbling you. So he said, if you make it through this, you better change your ways. And that was like back in 2010. And since then I changed my ways where I made it out of all of that. And I've been trying to give back and tell you that there is no shortcuts. It took me years. With that being said, I want people to erase that victim mindset out of their head that the whole world is against you because of your skin color.
You're a victim.
Will there always be racism? Yeah, but there's racism all over. You got white people that don't like white people. You got black people that don't like black people. Trust me, I get it in the comment section. But what you got to do is be able to understand when somebody's a sheep, when they're a wolf. When they're a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing, when they're trying to act like your friend and they're trying to act like they're here to save you, but in reality, the only person that they saved was themselves or their families.
It's right here. But if you want to get them quicker than that, then join KG Stock Market University for the Gifted for only $10.99. And again, over time, the price goes up, but for only $10.99.
It's been 4 years, and you still got people paying for classes and day trading and all type of Patreons and Discords. The people they're following, they can only talk about stocks. They can veer off a little bit, but then they got to get back to the whole reason why they need you to purchase their stuff. When you really start going through life, you start realizing it's more than just stocks, yo. Like, stocks is a small part of retirement. It really is. I'm about to say it's your health as I'm smoking a cigar, but I'm on vacation. I don't smoke them all the time. I actually got to cut back because I've been smoking a lot of them here. But I'm not perfect. But you got to look at other cultures, and that's what I started to do. I started opening my eyes. I started looking at the Portuguese. I started looking at the Indians. I started looking at the Arabic, the Jews. I started looking at other people that come to this country, your Africans, on how they move, your Asian. If you notice, when they come to this country, here's how they start stacking dough. They work together and they get a house, right? And then they all live in that house and they all go to work. And there'll be like one or two people who hang back and they'll cook all the meals for everybody, right? They'll cook the breakfast, they'll cook the lunch, they'll cook their work food, and then they all pull their money together and then they start buying more real estate and they start putting each other on. A lot of black folks don't look like that, or that they don't think like that. When a lot of black folks start getting money, you start buying liabilities, you start buying better clothes, you start buying cars. They don't look at it like that. If you ever notice, they look bummy as hell, but they own like buildings and stuff like that. And even Jay-Z said a verse, he goes, stop dying in the neighborhood that your mama is renting in, meaning you're dying for a neighborhood that you don't even own. And I started looking at a lot of the dudes that I work with, like the Portuguese, and what they would do is they would buy like a 5-family or a 4-family or a building, and they would put other people in those units, and then they would make an apartment in a basement, and they would live there until their kids started going to school, and then they would use all that money that they're getting from rent, and they would move to a really nice neighborhood, and now their kids are going to a better school system. So I started really paying attention to what people are doing, and your stock portfolio is only going to be what you put into it. This is why I see a lot of people up here, and I laugh, like your mommy traders, where she talks about building a dividend portfolio and look at my dividend portfolio. But you need a great job to be able to sustain life and to be able to contribute to those things. And mommy trader does not have a job. There's not one video where mommy trader will say she has a job. Her job is running pretty much, allegedly, those illegal workshop courses giving you financial advice. You got Larry Jones with classes. You got Keenan Grace telling people that he's the coach and you can run the ball. Stocks is a small part of life, yo. Like real estate is a big part of building your wealth. Your career is a big part of building your wealth. Your spending habits is a big part of building your wealth. How much money you put on credit and you can't pay that back is a big part of building your wealth. And I feel a lot of black folks, when other black folks try to give you the secrets to it, you push back and you get mad because you feel like you can't achieve it. Well, you're not if you always gonna look at it that way. I didn't take any shortcuts. I lost everything and had to start back from the beginning. And when I sit back and I think about the things that we accomplished, you have to have a great support circle. You have to put people in your life who are gonna help you, that they're gonna be sails, they're not gonna be anchors, they're not gonna drag you down. And then when you sit back and you look at it and you think, like, yo, I got the secrets to this, and it's really not a secret, I just wasn't doing it, and you try to share it, people get angry at you, yo. Like, they really get mad. And you gotta ask yourself, are you mad at me or are you mad at yourself? I'm not the coach. You're the coach. You're the owner, you're the CEO, you run your own life. And that's why at the end of my videos, I say no regrets. Because, people are gonna have a lot of regrets. It's been almost 4 years. And a lot of these people are retired. They retired off of you and you're still working. And you gotta take a look in the mirror and go, do you wanna keep making pocket change or do you really wanna change your life? And you're not gonna change your life until you change the way you think and you change your mind. You're not going to change your life. It's not going to happen. And your spending habits. You got to come out and say, I'm not going to buy a new car. I'm going to rock this Toyota. I'm going to rock this car. If you look at a lot of Asians, if you look at a lot of Portuguese and Indians, they rock Toyota Corollas, Camrys, Hondas. They're not trying to be flashy. They get into where they got to go with a meal that they family packed for them. But when they start buying real estate and they start buying property, you start paying them rent. Isn't that crazy? They come to this country with nothing, but then they end up owning everything. And people will say the government gives them everything. That's bullcrap. I talk to a lot of these migrants, They come here with like 50 cents in their pocket, and they have like one family member here who's grinding, and they all just keep grinding together. So your dreams are achievable. You just got to be able to listen. You got to listen to people doing better than you. There is not one stock, there's not one crypto that's just going to catapult you out there. All those articles, they look cool, and the internet articles on Reddit, Wall Street, and the movies look fun and cool, but in reality, it ain't never going to happen. It's just like the lottery. Will there be somebody who hits it? Yeah, but there's a very high probability it won't be you. Not trying to crap on your dreams. I'm just trying to give you reality check. No regrets. Get it.